It was Thanksgiving morning in 2006, and if you had been with me at the Hoff's Hut in Bixby Knolls, I wouldn't have been eating breakfast alone. The restaurant was quiet, the smell of bacon was in the air, and the LA Times was spread across the table. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone else who has a Black Friday story. As I was enjoying my breakfast, a Black Friday ad from CompUSA caught my eye. $100 off the Pioneer Inno XM radio. Yes! You see, early in October, I was in Dallas for a conference, and I heard XM radio for the first time. It was like cable TV, but for the radio. There were 150 channels, special focused music like 70s or blues or soul, 24-hour baseball talk, uncensored comedy, and they even had a station dedicated to LA traffic. I had to get me an XM radio. I wanted one, and I needed one. But at the time, I was still recovering financially from a divorce, so I began searching the stores and the internet, trying to find an inexpensive XM radio. And I finally found the Pioneer Inno. It was a little, about the size of a cell phone, portable radio that you could carry around with you or dock at your home or in your car. It was inexpensive, but not inexpensive enough. Until today. Happy Thanksgiving! There it was at a price I was willing to pay. But one problem. All my adult life, I've been avoiding Black Friday sales. I hate crowds. I hate standing in line. I hate the whole Black Friday experience. And now, for the first time in my life, I considered shopping at a Black Friday sale. And this was before you could look forward to getting trampled, shot by a cop, or sprayed with pepper spray by someone else who's in the Christmas spirit. And I had noticed that for the first time that I could recall, Black Friday bled into Thanksgiving. The sale began at 9 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. Maybe it won't be so bad. So I did what any good procrastinator does, and I decided to decide later. So when I got home from breakfast, the first thing I did was go online to see if I could avoid the problem. Surprisingly, the answer was no. Do I or don't I? I watched some football, but I was a little distracted. Do I or don't I? That afternoon, I drove out to Corona for our family Thanksgiving dinner, and while driving out there, I passed the Euclid off-ramp that I knew led to the Anaheim CompUSA. Do I or don't I? In between the turkey and the pumpkin pie, do I or don't I? Sitting in traffic leaving Corona, do I or don't I? It was about 9:30 when I reached the point of no return, the Euclid off-ramp, and I said, I do. Now, twice previously in my life, I'd said I do, and maybe this time it was going to work out better. I arrived at the mall, and the parking lot was filled with cars. Those people must be waiting to go into those unlit stores. But I was committed, so I found a place to park. I hiked to CompUSA, where a few people were loitering outside the store. I'm not sure what that meant. But as I entered the store, I saw the sea of humanity. I excused myself several times as I slipped through those snaking lines, trying to find the XM radio. I had come this far, I was not going to be denied. Unfortunately, when I found the place where they were going to be displayed, there weren't any there. So I spent 15 minutes looking for a CompUSA employee. Yes, I was that desperate. As a man, I stopped and was going to ask for some directions. I finally found a balding middle-aged man who looked like he'd rather be at the family dinner being nagged by his mother-in-law than at work that night. Excuse me, are the XM radios out? See that line over there with about 40 people in it? Yeah? Well, go stand in that line and check if they have them.
Oh.
Will I be able to pay there? Oh no, then you get to stand in one of those 3 lines. You know, those ones with about 100 people in them, and you get to pay for it there. Okay, thank you very much. And I got the heck out of there. Empty-handed, and there was an hour of my life I wasn't going to get back. I should have trusted my instincts. I arrived home and got ready for bed. But out of curiosity, I went online again. And wouldn't you know, an electronics company called Crutchfield had the radio for the same price as CompUSA. No shipping, no sales tax, and no lines! I went to bed happy, and I learned my lesson. Never shop a Black Friday sale again. Never again say I do. Madam Toastmaster.